Welcome back to another episode of Across the Bifrost. This is Dr. Norbert coming to you, still trying to get out of this web. Man, is it sticky in here. Golly.
Stuck in that web?
Yeah, I'm stuck in the web.
Yeah.
But I'm in good company. I'm here with my friend and co-host, Lore Master Jay.
Hello. Yes, I like the idea of us just being stuck in a web together. Just like, yeah. You tried to rob a bank. You got a bank, did you? Tried to rob a bank and we got webbed up by that stupid webhead.
By the way, have you seen the latest season of Invincible?
No.
On Amazon Prime. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah?
Holy moly, the writing is just amazing. And there's this one episode that they do a really off-the-wall approach at the beginning of the show to the medium of an animated cartoon kind of a thing. People will probably know what I'm talking about, but I won't spoil it because it's really obvious about how different it is, and it really emotional as well as being a different approach to the way they tell the story. Yeah. But yeah, Invincible, the season, rocking things. Definitely watch on Amazon Prime.
You've sold me on it. Fair enough.
Cool. Right. But so here we are. We are reviewing the second half of the, what is it called again? Web swinging
boys or something.
Web swinging heroes affiliation pack. That's what it's called.
There you go.
But most people know it as CP234, of course. CP234, if you write that into Jarvis's protocol, because you should be using Jarvis's protocol, you will find the box that we're talking about. We did one half already, which had Agent Venom and Spider-Woman in it. And now we're going to do the other half, which is Black Cat and Amazing Spider-Man. Jarvis's protocol, by the way, we have a collab with them so that every time we talk about a character in one of our podcasts, they have a link now that appears on that character's card page. So it's been fantastic. A lot of people have been taking advantage of it. We've been looking at the hits, the web hits, and they definitely go up if the episode appears on that page. So hopefully you're taking advantage of that if not already.
Yeah, we like the idea of you going back to it as well, because right now not everyone's going to immediately go and play Web Warriors after listening to this episode. But maybe they will in a year's time, and then in a year's time, go on Jarvis Protocol, be like, what does Black Cat's card look like? And then you'll be sent to this episode. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Say, Jamie, how else could we help somebody kind of get into playing Web Warriors aside from just listening to our old episodes?
You know what, Norbert? A bunch of new boxes just came out. Don't know if you're aware.
That's true. A whole bunch of new Spider people that are coming out that'll be ready probably post WTC, and I expect will be very popular. You think other people want to play that?
I think they might. Imagine what we could do about that. Oh, I know. I have a box to give away. Whoa! We need all those radio DJ. Yeah. We're going to give away the Silk Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham box. And most importantly, that box comes with the card Protege.
Yes.
One of the best cards in MCP.
We have talked about this in past episodes, so you can listen to why we think it's so good, both the Protege card and also that whole box. So, wow, this is amazing.
I totally kept my cool throughout that card review. I was totally okay with that card being added to the game. Yes, it's a very good box. Web Warriors 2 threat. We said they'd never do it, and they did it. Yeah. And Spider-Man Noir is pretty great too. So we're giving that box away to one of our patrons. If you want to be in a chance of winning, now's a really good time because we're still a relatively small podcast, so we don't have many patrons. If you jump on the Patreon, grab yourself a membership. It's only a handful of pounds. Then you'll be entered into the draw to maybe win this box. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, actually, what else do Patreons get? We've been really making things work for the Patreons. What else do they get if they become a Patreon?
Norbert has been cracking the whip. Norbert doesn't sleep at night anymore.
No, because these people, I feel so indebted to them in a good way. People give us their money just because they enjoy the content, which is just so... I just want to make sure that we show our appreciation back to those folks who do that. And so we've been thinking of ways to do that. One of which, of course, is the... Patreon-only Discord channel where we discuss all kinds of secret things. And what else are we doing for the Patreons?
Well, we just robbed the bank for this box.
Yes.
We would have got away with it too if it wasn't for Spider-Man chucking us in this web. But we interview the sweatiest, tryhards, most competitive winners of events. We interview them and ask them, how'd you do that? Tell us how you did that. What'd you do? And they tell us how to be, pros on that. We also have a how to beat series. So, for example, Inhumans are a big kind of terror on the meta right now. I go away and do a bunch of research. I talk to people that are playing them. I talk to people that are beating them. And, I get all the tips from all the best players I can find into one massive document that we go through. And we discuss how to beat Inhumans and how to beat whatever. So, we basically, if this podcast, the main podcast is like, let's review the boxes, let's have fun, talk about how everyone's favorite character is in MCP, then the Patreon is, let's stop having fun. Let's just be completely competitive. It's all about winning. Win, win, win at all costs. It doesn't matter who you have to splash. It doesn't matter how unaffiliated you are.
Yeah, exactly. Win at all costs. The whack players. And we're doing a special, fun thing for the Patreons this Friday, which you're probably going to miss because this will come out much later. But we do fun stuff like that where we're going to be doing a TTS game. Me and Jamie are going to play each other and hurl abuse at one another. Do all the kind of stuff that our producer doesn't let us do on the normal show because she doesn't want to have to cut it all out later.
Yeah, I guess we'll be swearing in that. And that'll be a Patreon-only thing. It'll go live on the Patreon. So there you go. Those who don't know, TTS stands for Tabletop Simulator. It's a way of playing MCP virtually when you can't get to a store, which we don't do very often because we love going out and going to events and stuff. Norbert
I haven't done it in ages.
Yeah, me and you are probably the most traveled MCP players. I'm going to lay down that gauntlet right there.
I wish we had suitcases that we could put those stickers on, like in the 50s, right? Where it says St. Albans or Gillingham.
Yeah. Hey, we go to, you're downplaying it. We go to France. Where else? You're going to America next year.
Yeah, Adepticon,
Sweden,
baby.
went to Sweden, Belgium. We're going to Copenhagen next week. Yeah, we get around playing this stupid game.
So thank you, patrons, most of all. Thank you.
Yes, for paying for our flights to these places.
At least the drink at the airport. That's probably...
Yeah, the Coke at the airport. Thank you.
Okay, let's get into it. Black Cat, Lore Master J. I am very intrigued how you're going to tell us a PG-friendly version of the Black Cat backstory.
Yes, well, Black Cat has a great backstory, okay, and it's not hard to keep it PG, okay. We're just gonna tell the story.
She's just drawn this way,
all right? Is that what it is? She's not bad. She's just drawn this way, okay. She does represent, we'll get onto it, but she represents something, and we're not fans of overly sexualizing characters on this podcast, right. So we are gonna talk about the character and all the cool stuff that she can do. So Black Cat, aka Felicia Hardy, Felicia's dad was a world-class cat burglar.
Okay.
Why are they called cat burglars?
Maybe, I don't know, but maybe it's because a cat that can kind of sneak around. Yeah.
Skulk around. Yeah, fair enough. I understand now. Black Cat. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Her dad was a world-class cat burglar. So she, followed in his footsteps, naturally, as you do. She's very well trained in acrobatics and martial arts, which I guess comes in handy. Have you seen Ocean's 11?
Yeah, I love that. That was a great
dude
film.
Who's is he an acrobat or a contortionist or something?
Yeah, no, acrobat. You're acrobat.
Yeah, and does backflips to get into safes. That's pretty cool. Yeah. She's going around stealing stuff, mostly jewels, most of the time.
So whoa! There's no broken home story here, or
I mean, it's implied her dad was a world-class cat burglar.
Yeah,
I haven't seen her dad pop up in stories before.
That implies having wealth and privilege, not that she's got to work in unsavory places and doing unsavory things to just make ends meet, kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. I'm going to look. Walter Hardy. His name's Walter. I mean,
I feel bad trying to dig for dirt on this, but the way she's portrayed and everything, I had hoped at least it was some sort of we just talked about in the last episode about how comics these days have a lot more emotional and realism added to them and make their characters have more gravitas as a result. And so just having this fun-loving criminal seems counter to that, or at least a missed opportunity, I suppose.
All right, fine. You got it out of me. Here's the horrible backstory. Walter Hardy is her dad. He was in prison for several decades and became terminally ill.
Oh, ouch.
And Spider-Man went in. There was something. There was a prison break. Oh, he's out. And then it's revealed that Felicia's his daughter. Oh my God, plot twist. Walter then leaves to spend his final moments with his wife. And then Spider-Man meets the wife while she's mourning Walter's death. There you go.
So she didn't have a strong father figure, is what was that saying to me?
I mean, I guess he's in prison, so yes.
Yeah.
Probably, unless she visited a lot. I don't know. There you go. There's your tragic backstory. Happy now?
Sort of.
Anyway, enter Spider-Man. So she's going around stealing stuff, right? And Spider-Man shows up.
Okay.
And he tries to arrest her, as he would, right? Always getting in the way of things, right?
Yeah.
And they have a bit of a flirt, and it becomes a bit of a thing, you know?
Are there pheromones involved again?
I think this is just two, teenagers.
Okay.
Just flirting. Right?
Fine. Well, that is probably some pheromones in there too.
There's probably a bit of that. Yeah, I don't know. You're the doctor, not me. But yeah, so they have a bit of a flirt, and it's just basically a bit of a toxic relationship. Well, a situationship. You ever heard that term, Norbert? Situationship?
No. Yeah, that sounds like a millennial thing.
Yeah, it's probably a millennial thing. Yeah. But the whole thing is that she is like a big, I guess, like adrenaline junkie.
Okay.
And he's this like, Boy Scout. And he's got issues because, Uncle Ben and all that stuff. Spider-Man's got a lot of guilt going on, stuff like that.
Well, and plus she's still stealing while they're in a relationship, right? I mean, that's no bueno.
Yeah, exactly. So it's complicated, right? It's complicated.
Okay, that makes a more interesting story, though. At least, let's say he's hopelessly in love with her, and so he's trying to reconcile that with the fact that he just hates the fact that she's out stealing stuff and things like that. I could see that being a nice tension for some stories. Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, there's a whole thing. I think there's like maybe some potential crossover with Mary Jane as well. So Peter's very torn.
Can you imagine? Oh my goodness! Yeah, between the two. Oh,
between the two of those. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what does MJ turn out? What's her career?
Actor.
She becomes an actor. Okay.
Yeah. In most timelines, I believe.
Right.
Yeah. So they have this kind of like weird, on and off relationship thing, and then eventually she reforms, becomes a good guy.
Does she?
And then she unreforms and goes back to being a bad guy. And then she reforms again. Basically it depends on how recently she like made out with Peter Parker. That depends like how is she into that or is she into robbing museums?
The pheromones. The pheromones keep her on the straight and narrow.
So she can't decide if she's a good guy or a bad guy basically. So so basically a lot of flip-flopping. Sometimes she's fighting with Spider-Man, sometimes she's like stealing from Tony Stark. She's just vibing basically, right? She's a bit of a vibe.
Wow.
And at one point Peter's like, I want to take this relationship to the next level, and it takes his mask off, right? To be like, hey, I'm a real guy, I'm a person, my name's Peter. And she's like horrified. She's like turned off by it. She's like, no, put the mask back on.
Oh,
so that's the running thing is that
Do you mean that they were having, bedroom gymnastics in costume?
I think they were just hanging out, Norbert. I think they were just flirting, holding hands. I don't think any of that happened, all right? You calm down.
Okay.
But basically, the whole thing is that she is in love with Spider-Man. She doesn't care about Peter Parker. She's only interested in the superhero.
Yeah, I get it now. Oh, that's terrible. What a blow. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Did he give up MJ for this?
I think they might have been on a break. It's getting a bit soap opera now, isn't it? Yeah. But and then basically I think he then realized, MJ loves me for Peter. Black Cat loves me for Spider-Man. And eventually, he figures it out and he, goes back to MJ. Yeah. Where he belongs, I think. Mostly, sometimes, probably.
MJ's, that's an interesting story how she puts up with this. Wow.
Yeah. Well, MJ, I'm not going to get into that.
She's got some trouble. There's
in
dark side to MJ?
In the comics right now, MJ is like seeing someone else.
Oh dear.
And people don't like her. And I'm on like the kind of Spider-Man Reddit. And apparently recently, I think MJ broke up with her other boyfriend and everyone's celebrating because they want her to get back with Peter. So that's nice. That's cute.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Black Cat. So
there's more?
We mentioned acrobatics and martial arts. And for a while, she has like bad luck powers. Yeah. So a bit like Domino. If you've seen Deadpool 2, they show that superpower really, really cool, really well. Like luck can be a superpower. So things like, her enemies trip up around her, they fall over, and just by being near her, their guns jam, stuff like that. So that's in some forms she has bad luck powers. In other forms, she's just like an expert, burglar.
Okay, got it. All right, cool. Oh, that's excellent. There was I like the way you characterized it, a bit of soap opera-ness to it, which it would be interesting.
It's teen romance, isn't it? Teen romance.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's talk about her in-game. So let's actually talk about the affiliations, since they might be affiliated or aligned with the lore that you just told us. She's affiliated with A-Force, which I didn't really know before. Criminal Syndicate, I definitely know that. Midnight Suns, I didn't. I do know that, but you never see her in Midnight Suns. And then Web Warriors again.
So why don't you see her in Midnight Suns?
She doesn't quite fit with what they're trying to do, for the most part, is what's going on there. That's why.
Yeah, I agree with that. She's a point-scoring piece, right? She's the best point. Let's not beat around the bush. She's the best point scoring piece in the game, I think. We complained a lot about Miles Morales last episode. Black Cat is right there with him. She's probably slightly better than him.
Maybe.
Yeah, she's there for point scoring, and hilariously can do fine in a fight because she can stagger everyone. So we'll get onto
that. Do you see your Web Warriors? Very much?
Oh God, yeah, every game, right?
Yeah, she's one of the three threats that they bring along.
Yeah, every point scoring Web Warriors list starts with Miles Morales, Black Cat, and then the rest, right?
For Criminal Syndicate, if you're playing the Kingpin side of the equation, you definitely see her. Not so much with Shadowland Daredevil. Not sure about MODOK 2. Maybe not. Not sure.
Yeah, she's a staple in Kingpin, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can do that whole thing.
Her in there.
Yeah, you're playing Kingpin leadership. You deploy Black Cat right in the middle. She can then double move to any secure in the game. So you just wait until right at the end of the round when your opponent has one person stood on a secure, and you just double move her to stand on that secure. That's now yours.
Yep,
it's brutal.
Yep. And then lastly, A-Force. I don't know much about A-Force. Do you see Jim Gradwell playing her? I don't think so.
I don't see much A-Force. I don't know. I guess a bit of power is useful for her. Yeah. So that's nice. Can load her up for an early extract steal. But yeah, I don't know. She isn't a staple in A-Force. I don't think. She is absolutely in Web Warriors and Criminals, for sure. Yeah. Which is nice and thematic, It's probably her two main affiliations.
Yeah. Okay, cool. She's on a 35mm base. She's a 3-threat. She's got these stats. She's got 3 physical, 3 energy, 3 mystic defense. She's got 5 hit points on both sides of her card. She's size 2, and she moves long. I don't think this quite tells the story. What's that?
No. I need to see your screen. You're not sharing your screen.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The story, yes. So any other character, right? If you said 3, 5 health, I'd be like, nah, no good. That's an X-Men stat line, right?
Yeah.
Anyone can daze that without even trying.
That's
so
funny.
Do we jump ahead to the horrible bit now?
Yeah. Here's the horrible bit. Well, there's 2 bits. Let's talk about...
2 horrible bits. Cool.
Yeah. One is a little less horrible. One is the one that you're familiar with. Is she's got stealth, the innate superpower stealth. So there's that. Where you have to be within 3 to target her. But here's the one that's really the moneymaker. It's called Bad Luck, and we alluded to that through your lore segment. When targeting this character with attacks, enemy characters cannot modify their attack dice, and they do not roll additional dice for the crits in their attack rolls. So no exploding crits, basically. And this is so problematic for people who are attrition teams that want to try to do all that kind of stuff as part of why they're an attrition team. It happens so much, and she ignores it all the time. It's really frustrating. In fact, you the hardest part about this is you as the Black Cat player have to constantly watch their dice just to remind them again and again that they're not supposed to be rolling those crits.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, being able to... So no modifier, no crits, I think, is the only character in the game that can do this. Is an exceptionally high level of defensive tech. Probably the best kind. It basically means that, most attacks that are happening round 1 are usually 5, 6 dice attacks, right? 4, 5, 6 dice attacks. So you basically have to hit like nothing but hits because your crits aren't going to save you. So it does happen, but it's like a 1 in 20 games thing, just to cleanly take out Black Cat. So yeah, it's real bad. She is obviously susceptible to terrain throws. That doesn't help her there.
Yes.
But you're not getting many terrain throws off round 1. So that's the whole thing. Is you can play her super aggressive round 1, and she'll very, very likely survive, and then she'll just disappear for the rest of the game. And that bad luck stuff stays on her both sides. So she's always that tanky. She never loses it. So yeah, it's horrifically overtuned. She's incredible.
You talked about that no other character has these 2 abilities kind of or 2 effects in the same ability. What about Shadowcat? Doesn't she have like half of this at least?
Don't get me started. I know you're baiting me.
I was fair.
Shadowcat has neither of those things. So clearly, being a bit lucky is better than being actually intangible. But Domino does have half of it. So Domino you can't explode crits into.
Okay.
And Man Thing as well. You can't. You can't pop crits into Man Thing.
Right.
I don't know if anyone has no rerolls. I can't think of anyone.
Yeah. What about no? It can't modify their attack dice.
Malekith used to have that. But not anymore. So I'm not sure. Maybe someone has that, but no one. I'm pretty confident in saying no one has both.
Amazing.
But let's slap on a 3-threat. Let's put on a 3-threat in Web Warriors. That's fine.
And long move.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what people complain about with her?
Go on.
It's going to set you. They're like, why doesn't she have wall crawler? She ought to have wall crawler.
To be fair, I actually agree with that. She should have wall crawler, but so should Shadowcat. So she can keep it.
Suck it.
Yeah, okay.
Along with Shadowcat. No.
Yeah.
If she had wall crawler, she would be she would break the game.
I don't think it matters that much. I mean, Quicksilver.
You'd be surprised.
Quicksilver has wall crawler.
Yeah.
And he can move long for 2 power. I don't think it matters at all. I don't know why it's there. I don't know why it's on Shadowcat. I don't know why it's not on, every other new like the new ones, Ultimate Miles, Silk, they're all long movers that have wall crawler, right? I don't know. I don't think it changes much.
All right. Well, those are her 2 innate superpowers, but they're all about her defensive. So she's one of the most defensive characters in the game. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about her attacks then. What can she do on the offensive side of the equation? She's got 2 of them. One's a physical attack called Cat Claws. Range 2, 4 dice. Doesn't cost anything because it's her builder. She gains power equal to the damage dealt. After the attack is resolved, if it dealt damage, you get the bleed special condition. Okay, and it's got a wild pierce. So... Nice. Not great though, but the pierce really does help quite a bit. That's almost like a 5-die attack.
I don't know about you, Norbert, but I'm always relieved when I hear Black Cat doing cat claws. So I'm like, that is the least scary thing on our card.
Yeah. I mean, it's a way to get a little bit of power, but I don't find it terribly useful. And she's just a scenario piece for me. She's running around doing stuff, either being invincible or stealing extracts, which we'll come on to, or just picking up extracts. I don't see her getting attacked very much or doing attacks very much. It's usually getting power by being attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sure. That's your experience as well?
Yeah, whenever I hear that she's doing cat claws, I'm like, great. It means she isn't doing any of the other 7 things that's horrible. But I think it's only ever used to get power to do, the Master Cat Burglar, which we'll go on to.
Yeah. All right. Her second attack, though, is a whole different story.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
It's called Troublemaker. It's range 3, 6 dice this time. It costs 2. If this attack would deal 1 or more damage, it only deals 1 instead. So basically, you're only doing 1, regardless. But after the attack is resolved, the target character gains the stagger condition. Please note, that is not contingent on them being damaged by this attack.
Nope. Or any dice face.
Or any dice face. Nothing. It just happens. And it makes you wonder about why the deal 1 damage instead kind of a thing is even in this thing. Like, what's the point of that? And then, importantly, which is a wild trigger, so it doesn't happen all the time, but it is quite, I find it quite useful, it comes up quite often, is the wild trigger gives her elusive, which means after the attack is resolved, she can advance short.
Yeah, so that's where the 6 dice come in, right? You're rolling 6 dice because you're trying to get the wild.
Yeah.
On this to get a little short move.
Yeah, very good point.
If you can stagger someone and then move short away and then be in range 3 of someone else and then stagger them and move short away, that is a brutal activation. You've just halved the amount of actions that your opponent's going to do on 2 different characters and moved away twice, right? It's crazy. This attack could be 4 dice, deals no damage, does a stagger on a wild, and you'd still do it every single time. This is an insane attack. This is one of the best, probably the best spender in the game, especially for a point scoring team, right? Because staggering your opponent makes it harder for them to chase down your points.
Yeah. And I think you've said that in other episodes, how other people have similar attacks, but they all have triggers of some sort on that stagger.
Yeah, triggers or conditions, like this has to deal damage to do, We've seen that before. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that happen to this in the future. Put the dice down to like 4 or 5, and then if it deals damage, they get staggered. Because then at least it's not going to happen every time. But 2 power for a guaranteed stagger, and then maybe a short move is insane. It's so powerful. Yeah.
You know who else has this though? That does people do get surprised by, which is always fun. Is Kingpin. He's got a 3-cost spender, Hail to the King, which does a bunch of good stuff actually, but importantly also just does an automatic stagger. And I inevitably get the question, it's automatic? There's no damage? Yes, it's just automatic.
Yeah. When Asgard were running around and were, the terror because of the new Thor, I started playing Kingpin in Hellfire.
Sure.
And I quickly realized if this character was released today, we'd all be complaining about it. Like Kingpin is so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's insane. And you're saying that really quietly because you're a Kingpin player. Kingpin is so good. He's just got a short move. That's his only downside, right?
Yep.
He's incredible.
Means when he gets displaced, that's the way to take care of him a lot. Yeah. But other than that, he's a really good character. It's a lot of
really,
he's
really
fun
good,
to play,
especially in Guardians.
Yeah. So anyway, this is one of her sides of why she's so good. Well, she's got 3 sides. One is the defensive ability. The second is this staggering ability. And we're going to come on to the third aspect of her, which is all rolled up in a 3-threat, which is the part that's maybe infuriates people. Active superpower. She's got one called the grappling hook. It costs 2, and she can be placed within 2 of her current position. Can only be used once per turn. So this is just helpful once you get late game, when she's lows of power and she's taking an extract by one mean or another, she'll tend to move long and then grappling hook as well. Or also try to get over terrain that's in her way by grappling hook over it, and then doing the long if it's like a piece that's bigger than her. But here's the last one that's her like the trio of abilities that she's got, or aspects of her. And it is called a superpower called Master Cat Burglar. It costs 3. It does cost an action now, which is new and very needed. And what does this get you? Well, you could choose an enemy character within 1 of yourself, and then you can move an extract from that character onto you, and now you're holding it, and you can't hold more than the crisis specifies. I will point out that is not dropping it like Rhino's. This is robbery, and some other people's, I forget who, like a Venom Blast and things like that. It doesn't get dropped. It actually just gets passed on to you, and that sometimes matters when it comes to some triggers, or if, for instance, if when you pick it up, it does something for you or does not do something for you. That doesn't happen here. It just gets passed to you.
That's important for things like scrolls. Or,
yes, thank you. Scrolls.
Canisters, anything when you pick stuff up and you have to roll dice, this isn't picking it up, so it's yours. You just get it.
Yeah, thanks for the examples. I couldn't think of them, but those are the ones. Yeah, those are good ones. And this is why elusive is also quite good, because you have to still be within 1 of the target character. But so you could troublemaker them from 3 and then move a short into them, likely get into with 1 of them, and then steal their stuff and leave.
staggered, mugged, and you've gone. Yeah.
So
real New York experience, right?
So yeah, it does cost an action though. That's really good, because otherwise it used to not, and so it was.
Yeah, it used to be steal the extract, move long twice, but still stealing extract, moving long, and then grappling hook away. That's still awful. It's a similar feeling.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely still bad, but at least it's somewhat more reasonable. Anyway, Jamie, you've got a lot to say on her. I don't know how much energy you've got.
I'm not going to complain too much. I've made my point. But yeah, Black Cat is the premier. If you want to score points to win, you play Black Cat. Mm-hmm. Even if you just want to fight and you're expected to go up against something big, then she's still great, because she's hard to kill herself, and then she'll stagger them. Which is great. Even when you're playing the attrition game and you want to, beat up all your opponent's models, you still have to score some points. So she's still great there. She's awesome. I think you nailed it in the affiliation bit, to be honest, where Web Warriors and Criminals under Kingpin, she is an auto take. You should take her every single game. Yep. You'll never regret it. Don't worry about it. A-Force is fine. Bit of extra power. She spends it really well because she can steal and grappling hook. That's great. Midnight Suns doesn't quite fit the game plan currently because, she isn't a very killy model. Yeah. But yeah, and we've mentioned Protege recently, which is her team up card with Silk, which is, I think, probably one of the best cards in the game, where she gives her best ability, Master Cat Burglar, she gives it to Silk anywhere on the map. And Silk is a fantastic character as well. So yeah, it's insane. You just take both these characters. If you're playing Web Warriors, Miles Morales point scoring kind of game, just take both of them forever. Yeah. And also with the new leadership, the Spider-Verse one, when you're doing that, we talked about how strong Troublemaker is. If you get the wild, you can move short. Well, because it's 6 dice, you also might get a skull, and you can place 1 as well. So you might be able to move short and place, so you're going even further away. Yeah, she's just insane. She's, up there with her and Miles Morales and Baron Zemo are the 3 best characters in the game right now. So yeah, you are getting your value for money if you buy this box.
All right, let's talk about her 2 tactics cards that come in the box. We know the box has 7 tactics cards, but we don't know which ones. We're guessing that it's the ones that are attached to the characters themselves. So that's what we're going to read to you today, but it could be wrong. So you'll have to wait and see for what the box actually contains. So Protege, you mentioned, it's an unaffiliated card. It does cost, it's an active one as well, but it costs an action. And this is a team-up card with Silk. During Silk's activation, if an allied Black Cat is on the battlefield, Silk can spend 3 power to play this card. Choose an enemy character within 1 of Silk. Move 1 extract the chosen character is holding to Silk. Silk is now holding that a token. Silk may not hold more than Crisis specifies. Oh, I see. So it's basically Silk gets Black Cat's stealing ability for, what is it, 1 round? One activation.
Just one action.
Yeah.
She just spends the action. Yeah, so she just does it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think, so the big condition is that Black Cat has to be on the table at the same time as Silk. So is that likely?
Big condition. Oh yeah, okay. If you enjoy playing Silk, just play the best 3 threat in the game at the same time, and she gets this ability. That's not even a condition. The only thing this costs is a tactics card and the salt that your opponent will throw at you for playing a card this strong. But this is incredible. If you enjoy playing Black Cat and Silk, just take this every game. You'll be fine. And Black Cat in Criminals, right? You play her in Kingpin every game. Are you thinking about Silk in Criminals? Is that interesting to you?
I haven't thought about that yet. Probably not, only because I have so many good affiliated characters that it's not worth squeezing a splash like this in, but possibly.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah. I mean, I think this is mostly a Web Warriors card. We'll see this.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, it's incredible. They're both long movers. They can go to different, opposite ends of the board. I think you can place them, if you deploy them both in the middle, round 1, they can both move long onto your opponent's back. Secures, maybe steal an extract as well, because they're both a little tricky to kill. And then the home extract that your opponent picks up, you've then got 2 steals next to them for next round. So you just use this card if Silk needs it or Black Cat does it herself, and then you're off. Crazy good card, amazing card. If you like playing these 2 characters, just take this card every game. I
mean, it's basically like Rhino's robbery card. You know what I mean? Because it's a steal once, and he's renowned for having this is a robbery.
Yeah,
so
that's a great card. I mean, the thing is, that's like, so I love a team up card, right? We love team up cards across the Bifrost. Yeah?
Yes,
team up cards are great. They still haven't quite figured out the strength of them, right? They're either completely useless or they've been banned. So there's very few team up cards that you're like, yeah, that's cool. Like Ricochet Blast, that's a cool card. It's pretty strong. It's not broken. So I like to see more team-up cards. The thing with this as a robbery is it's basically Rhino's signature card, right? It's like they saw Rhino and was like, okay, this character's good. We can't make him so good that he's got a steal on his card.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll give him a tactics card cost. I think that's really smart. It's a really cool design, right? To go, this character can be extra good, and you take that card with every single game, right? You never play Rhino without that card. I think that's fine. It just means that to play Rhino costs you, 4 threat and a tactics card slot. And I think that's cool. So this is more of that, but the problem is the cost is playing, the best 3 threat in the game and a very, very powerful 4 threat.
Yeah. Sure.
Plus a tactics card. So yeah, it's just very good. I hope we see more team up cards. This one's just on the good side.
Okay. She's got one more, which is also pretty good. It's called The Cat and the Spider. This is an unaffiliated card and it's active. If Peter Parker is within 2 of an allied Black Cat, both characters can spend 1 power each. You then throw the Black Cat medium. She doesn't suffer collision damage during that throw. Then, after the throw is resolved, she can immediately interact with any number of objective tokens, so extracts. Oh wait, could it be secure as well?
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So either one of those or all of them. Without spending power, so it doesn't. And the reason, so basically, if it's one of these, I don't know which crisis combo this might be, but if there's an extract sitting on a pay to flip, for instance, she could not only pick up the extract but try to pay to flip it or just flip it, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's quite cool.
I hadn't thought about that part. I don't know how often that comes up when they're within one of. She's within one of each type.
Yeah, it definitely happens.
Yeah, there's definitely some C's that overlap, and C maps and F maps, I think too. So yeah. Oh, I have to keep that in mind. This card's amazing. So Peter Parker, you're typically going to see it with Specky, so Spectacular Spider-Man. But it could be used with this amazing Spider-Man. The important thing to note about this card, we've talked about it before, but the important thing to note about this card is it isn't during either one of those characters' activation necessarily. So you can line it up where you get somebody else to go, like Shadowland Daredevil. And so long as Black Cat had deployed within 2 of Peter Parker, you can then play this card at some point during Daredevil's activation and get her thrown forward and stealing something.
Nice.
This is important. This is good Inhumans, anti-Inhumans tech. If you're dealing with an F map of extracts, this is a good way of doing that. But it can be done elsewhere too. I screwed up one game. Went up in Cambridge, where the classic thing where you think you have priority but you don't. So I couldn't use it to take
all according to plan.
Yeah, pretty much. I screwed up the midline grab because of it. So I held on to it. I didn't get salty about it. You'll be very proud of me. Instead, I said to myself, I'm going to see mid game if a throw is actually going to be good for her at some point. And it was it was scoundrels, so it was an F-shaped secure, and so that things were far apart. So I was able to maneuver it where she was able to be thrown into the middle, and then because she was staggered, was able to still move with the one action she had left over to where she needed to go. And she also got thrown into somebody who made him burn his brace for impact card.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it turned out to be okay, even though I didn't actually use it to steal things. It was more about collision damage and moving.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, holding this for mid-game opens up a bunch of opportunities that we probably can't cover here, right? Because real niche stuff. But I think primarily this is used as a safe grab,
yes.
sorry. So what we mean by safe grab is someone goes and grabs an extract from the midline, and instead of standing there waiting to be shot, they then run back, into safety. So to do that, you basically deploy Spider-Man directly opposite an extract.
Yep.
Black Cat activates. She then moves to max range 2 away from him, and then they both pay 1, play this card. She gets thrown onto the midline, grabs the extract for free, and then can move long back.
Correct.
Yes, which actually, we focus a lot in this episode on her ability to chase down extracts and steal stuff. Actually, she's exceptionally good at holding onto them too. So giving her an extract round 1 is now great because of the bad luck superpower, because it takes your opponent forever to try and take her down and get it off her. Then once they do, she's all powered up to then just steal it back and run away.
That's right.
That's the kind of Black Cat play pattern, I think.
Very good. Cool. Let us move on to a complicated character, I would suggest. Amazing Spider-Man. This is Peter Parker, but this is supposed to be the more mature version of Peter Parker, like in terms of how old he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing now. Yeah.
So do we go into him? I mean, I don't know what kind of lore.
So I saw this coming. There's no way I'm going to tell you his origin story. This is the most well-known superhero in the world. So I am not going to talk about Spider-Man, but I am going to talk about his relationships, because we've been speaking about Black Cat, right?
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah. So I spoke before about how Black Cat has she loves the mask, not the man. And all that stuff. She's kind of Black Cat doesn't like normalcy. So as soon as he looked like Peter Parker, she was like, "Nah, I'm good, thanks." So that's Black Cat. I'm going to talk about Gwen Stacy. So we've covered all 3 of his main girlfriends this episode.
Oh, he dated Gwen Stacy? Spider. Yeah. This is a Spider. Ghost Spider.
Ghost Spider, yes. Although not in his universe, but yeah. Ghost Spider is Gwen Stacy from a different universe in Peter Parker's, the one we know, the universe, played by Emma Stone in the film with Andrew Garfield. You want some tragic backstory?
What's her what does she do if she's not a Ghost Spider?
She is, I don't know, she's the daughter of I feel really bad because all I know is this story I'm about to tell you, and it's how she dies.
Oh dear.
I think she's a journalist. No? Hold on. Oh, she's a biochemist.
Oh,
damn.
I could be dating her. I could have met her in graduate school.
Maybe I mean, she would have studied in the same school as you, right? Probably. Do you know any Gwens? Any Gwens? No?
Now to think back.
No, there you go.
Did I date a superhero from graduate school?
There you go. So
all right, tell us the sad story.
Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, they're dating, right? They're seeing each other. Then Green Goblin comes in and he kidnaps her, right? Takes her all the way over to the George Washington Bridge. And Spidey gets there, does his web swing and stuff, gets over there. And Goblin drops her.
Oh, God.
And then Peter's like jumping down to grab her, to save her. Fires out, a web whip, catches her mid-fall. But the sudden stop,
breaks her neck.
Breaks her neck.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty brutal, right?
Oh.
So there was the whole thing, when this comic came out, did the fall kill her? Was it his web line that killed her? Blah, blah, blah. Either way, it ends up being, Peter's new kind of dose of guilt that he has.
Yeah, but I mean, if he didn't try, she definitely would have been killed,
exactly.
Right?
But how does he know that? How high was the fall? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the whole thing. So there you go. And it was a really cool scene maybe I shouldn't spoil it. No, anyone listening to this has seen No Way Home, right?
surely.
Yeah. But I'm not so I think the Spider-Man that you relate to most is the one that you grew up with. So I'm a Tobey Maguire fan. Not really an Andrew Garfield fan. I cried in the cinema when he catches MJ.
Yeah,
because it's like the whole thing. Like, he gets a second chance to save someone. And this time he didn't mess up, and then he starts. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional telling you about it now.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Great.
So
he
had a whole second
himself.
level to that scene. Oh wow.
And then he's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, you okay?" And he's like, starts crying. Oh. So there you go. Pretty cool.
So what happened since now with Gwen in the comics? Is she still dead?
I mean, it's comics. She's probably come back alive 7 times already and died again. I don't know. I don't keep up with that stuff. I mean, obviously now we have Ghost Spider, Gwen Stacy from a different universe. Who, has powers.
We heard about this in the last episode. Maybe Peter Parker took some of her DNA and then evolved a spider and made her into Ghost Spider that way. She's really a spider with some...
Yeah, you mean Spider-Woman?
Yeah, like Spider-Woman, the retcon version. Maybe
listen, comics and serums and spiders, it's all a sticky web of confusion, you know?
Wow. Okay. See, I could write comics. Do you draw, Jamie? Let's do a comic book. Across the Bifrost.
Let's do it. I can't draw, but maybe that's kind of our niche.
Okay.
It's like terrible comic book art.
Cool. Let us get into him as a piece in the game because he's just as complicated, actually. Because
we should worth celebrating as well. Actually, him being in this box. Where was he previously? Could you only get him? Go on.
No. You can get him as CP37, sir.
Is it's
the same box. It's Amazing Spider-Man Black Cat.
Ah, okay. I was getting confused with the Dr. Octopus Rivals panel. Ignore me. He's been available.
The Rivals panel was just the normal Spider-Man one.
OG Spider-Man, yeah.
OG, yeah.
Cool.
Cool. He is in Web Warriors and amazingly in Defenders, where he does show up occasionally.
Yeah.
He is a 5 threat. He's got great defenses. He's got 4 physical, 4 energy, 3 mystic. He's got 6 hit points on his front side, 6 on the back side, size 2, and moves long. Do we think this is 5 threat worthy stats?
Well, we should talk about his medium base plus a long move makes him part of a very select few characters in this game. It's just Amazing Spider-Man, Angela, and Namor are the only people in that category. Right. And basically the reason it's important, medium base long move means that from deployment, you can reach the midline in one move. So he is a safe grab just in himself.
Yeah. So thank you. I totally glossed over the base thing, and it is quite important.
It's a big deal. So you place him opposite an extract. He moves up, grabs it, moves back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's great. It's really good. He's very fast, extremely fast.
I think the problem with him, I think all these stats and that ability are perfectly fine for a 5 threat. It's actually quite good because of the long move. But I think people have had a complicated relationship with him because of that high threat puts him at odds with what Web Warriors traditionally have tried to do, which is go very wide.
Yeah, traditionally, yeah.
Yeah, that might change now in the Spider-Verse leadership that's just come on the scene.
Yeah, well, he's also, that's another, speaking of exclusive groups that he's a part of, the Spider-Verse leadership lets you place within one whenever you roll a skull, and that you're placing within one on a bigger base is more effective. The bigger the base, the further you're traveling. Okay. So Amazing Spider-Man is one of 2 medium base Web Warriors. So it's just him and Venom that really benefit. Poor Venom. Well, Venom loves it, to be fair. He needs a bit of it.
Yeah.
So he's very good under that leadership. He also comes with his own leadership, which we'll get onto. Which we're now seeing more of. It was seen as the lesser leadership to Miles, but we're now there's like more characters that give out slow. We're seeing more of it. So I think Amazing Spider-Man, it's his time. It's his time to shine right now. Yeah,
I agree. Which makes this box an attractive proposition, having him in there. And I think you're alluding to the fact that his leadership makes more sense now, perhaps because of the new characters, the new Web Warrior characters that are just coming out as well. Is that the trigger why it's suddenly become more important?
Yeah, I mean, should we jump to the leadership real quick? Just to talk about that synergy.
So it's called Friendly Neighborhood Spider Team, affiliation of Web Warriors. Once per turn, during an ally character's activation, it can spend 1 power and choose an enemy character within 2. The chosen character gains the slow special condition. If the chosen character already had the slow special condition, place it within 1 of its current position and remove the slow special condition.
Nice. So it's given out a bunch of web shooters to everyone.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, good point. Yeah, because it could be any. It doesn't have to be Web Warrior who spends this power to do this, is it? It could be any splash
Anyone.
as well.
So it's time for me to shout out one of my favorite mutants, Iceman.
Ooh. Okay.
Iceman's great under this leadership. Iceman is very good at giving out slows. We won't get into him now, but he's extremely good at it. His whole job on the table is giving out slow, and he can't displace anyone, and he has really piddly attacks, so he can't really remove anyone. He just slows them down. But with this leadership, because everyone's going to have slow, he can just pay one and displace someone. You know, place them one, they lose slow, and then he's very likely to give them slow back again. So that's fun. Yep. But also, back to the Web Warriors, you know, Silk and Ultimate Spider-Man, they give out slow. I think Spider-Ham might as well. But giving out slow means that you've done that, and then you can use the leadership to then displace them. Or you can displace them and then reapply the slow. So yeah, it's very synergistic with all that stuff. So he's got some buddies now which help him out with it, which is really cool.
Yep. Of course, All Webbed Up is a crucial tactics card that Web Warriors brings, and slowed characters you get extra dice against, and so being able to just make everybody slow beyond just the ones that were in the range of the All Webbed Up card is also quite helpful. Okay, cool. Should we talk about further his defense tech?
I think so. It's pretty important for him.
Yeah, so he's got Mastered Spider Sense as an innate superpower. Whenever this character rolls dice, after the effect is resolved, it gains a power if it rolled at least one crit. Additionally, this character may reroll any number of its defense or dodge dice. Yikes.
Yeah, pretty good. So super Spider Sense, and it's not countered by Mystic attacks.
Yes, that's a good point. Excellent. And no ranges with it, and it does dodges as well as defense. So it's perfect. It's any number, not all dice. So you pick the ones that you want to reroll.
Yeah, it's a 5-threat level of Spider Sense for sure. It fits in perfectly. It's really cool. And the gaining 1 power thing is huge for him whenever he rolls a crit, because you're rolling so many dice. And he's also super mobile, right? Remember, he's a medium-based long move, which is the fastest currently in the game. So he's going to run around doing pay to flips the whole time, right?
Yes,
so
exactly.
You need a lot of power for pay to flips, and Web Warriors struggle with power, but this guy doesn't. He's constantly rolling so much dice. He's always going to get 1 power after each.
Yeah, in fact, when you pay to roll the flip 1, you could roll a crit and just get that money power back, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you know. What else do I want to say? Oh, and he's got great physical and energy defense for those flips. So 4 and 4 is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's fantastic. It helps him on so many levels. This innate superpower. The other innate he has is Wall Crawler, which you'd expect. So we know all about that. Let's talk about his attacks.
Hang on, so you were worried about Black Cat having Wall Crawler?
Yes.
Small base long move having Wall Crawler being too good. This is a medium base long move with a Wall Crawler.
Yeah, but he's a 5 threat. Come on.
Okay, fine, fair enough. But Shadow Cat can walk through walls, so we're going to stick into that.
She's how many threat?
3.
Okay, moving right along. He's got 2 attacks. One is a physical one called Spider Strike. It's range 3. 5 dice, doesn't cost anything because it's his builder. He gains power equal to the damage dealt. He's got 1 trigger. It's a hit wild trigger called Momentum. After this attack is resolved, choose another enemy character within 2 of the target character and place this character, meaning Spider-Man, within 1 of that chosen character. The chosen character suffers a collision as if this character were thrown into him. So it's a tricky trigger to get. But basically, he attacks somebody and then randomly goes into an enemy within 2 of the target and just crashes into him, sort of.
Yeah, emphasis on the word randomly he used there. This cannot be relied on. This is a crit wild.
Yeah.
This is very unlikely. And then it's not a May. You just do.
Yes.
So it's like, if you've ever played Beast, and you get the wild, and it's like you have to place. It's very unpredictable. Beast, Archangel, people don't like these unpredictable kind of places that are then forced on you. But at least this one comes like you've been thrown into them, right? So at least this one deals damage. So it's quite good.
Yeah.
But yeah, do not do this attack if you're hoping for this to happen. Because you may well be disappointed.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. I like this. I wish more Web Warriors did this, because that's how if I in my head how the spiders fight, right? They're web swinging and then kicking someone and then like flying around kicking. Like, I think this is perfect, and I wish they did more of it. So yeah, very cool.
I like your thinking. I totally agree. What's interesting about this one is the collision. You don't have to actually be thrown directly into the secondary target. It's just placed within 1. So it's helpful that you can just put them wherever you want, but kind of weird that you're not actually touching them to do that damage.
Yeah, that is interesting. It's not a throw, right? It's just it's an implied throw. It's a narrative throw.
Yeah. So fun. Really fun. All right. Do people not happy about this attack because it's only 5 dice?
I guess 5 dice on a 5 threat is not a lot, but then dealing damage is not his job.
Right.
His job is not dealing damage. He's a safe grab who's very tanky. There's more stuff coming later that makes him tankier. He's a mobile guy. Like, if you want to punch stuff, this is not your guy. In the same category, we have Angela and Namor. They're much better at punching and dealing damage. Amazing Spider-Man is not here to beat people up.
Agreed.
My teammate for WTC, Finn Lee, plays a lot of Web Warriors, and he says that Amazing Spider-Man's job is to go and bully a 2-threat. Because he's so mobile, right? So people normally have their 2-threats at the back. So he just waits, and then just jumps on a 2-threat and just destroys him. Yeah. Because anything more than that, you can't really rely on him to do that much damage.
Agreed. His second attack is called Whatever a Spider Can. It's range 2 only. 8 dice, though. Costs 4. He's got 2 abilities on it. One is after the attack is resolved, he can advance medium. So that plays into that mobility theme that you've been talking about. And he's got a wild trigger called Catch. After the attack is resolved, you may choose an interactive terrain feature of size 2 or less within 3 of him and destroy it. The target character suffers a collision as if the terrain feature were thrown into him. So
more cool it's like narrative stuff, right?
Yeah, very narrative, and also more potential for damage at that point.
Yeah, really cool. I can see this happening. He's just punched someone and then like reached out, web whipped onto a car and just throwing that at them as well. Yeah, it's really, really cool. I love this stuff.
Yeah. So this one could do a fair amount of damage. Also gives the mobility. There's a lot going on here, but it does cost you 4 power. So kind of a fair exchange, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. I think this attack's fine. I keep shouting out Amazing Spider-Man in Daredevil Defenders. Because they want to be surrounded by enemies, right, for the rerolls. And we'll get onto it, but Amazing Spider-Man has a web swing, so he can place himself exactly like in the middle of a bunch of enemies and then do a huge attack with loads of rerolls. So I can see this attack being really good for that, because you can do 8 dice. You can reroll 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 dice, and then hope for the wild, throw something at them. You get a guaranteed medium move to then move out, and you've got an action left to move long away, right? It's a real kind of like ambush attack. I think he's great. If I was to play Daredevil Defenders, I think I'd have a lot of fun with this guy.
I agree. I think the question is, can you fit 5 threat into that roster? Or
5 threat is the real problem here. I think he does bring enough for a 5 threat. We'll get to that at the end, I guess. But I think
it's worth it. It's just a matter of squeezing it all in.
You have to be very aware of what his job is. It's not attacking people.
Yes.
You might get the odd attack in every now and then, but that's not his job.
Nope. So speaking of that, his active superpower is called Web Swing. It costs 2, like you were talking about. You basically place him within 3 of his current position, but it's the good kind of Web Swing where the next time he makes a attack, namely the Spider Strike one, the builder, you can add 2 dice to the attack roll. It can only be used once per turn. So you're rolling 7 dice instead of 5.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. Because you usually use it for the placing, for the most part. Yeah. But then you do that attack, and then it becomes a decent 5 threats worthy type of attack.
Yeah, for sure. We mentioned in the Spider-Woman episode, Miles Morales moving and web swinging versus Spider-Woman moving and gliding. It's quite close, right? But Amazing Spider-Man moving long and then web swinging 3, it blows them both out of the water. He is the fastest character in the game. Yeah, by far, because of this. He can, with 2 power, he can get to more than the other side of the board, way more. I guess if you hate it when people grab an extract and go run to the corner of the board, Amazing Spider-Man might be a guy, because he can move long, web swing, and hit him with a 7 dice, builder, which is great.
Okay, his last ability is a reactive superpower that I think people don't appreciate as much initially when they're learning the character, but then come to love it as they get more proficient with him. It's called Witty Banter. It is 1 power. If an enemy character within 3 of this character is attacking an allied character, this character, meaning Spider-Man, can use this superpower during the modify opponent's dice step. You may re-roll 1 die in the attack roll. So basically, if he sees somebody attacking one of his friends within 3, you can spend 1 and then choose one of the dice that your opponent rolled and re-roll it. Ask them to re-roll it, which is a great way to re-roll it either out of a success or oftentimes just re-roll it out of the trigger that they were hoping to get.
Yeah, for sure. This is really good against characters like Hulk or Immortal Hulk, or actually Amazing Spider-Man, who really rely on their triggers. And if they just get their trigger, you can pay 1 and hope they lose the trigger, which is really, really strong. This can come up clutch. It's also within range 3 of the enemy. And the way I try to remember that is it's called witty banter, right? So he's telling a joke, which is distracting the enemy. So your enemy, you have to be close enough to the enemy for them to hear you. So that's how you remember it. It's not within range 3 of your ally. It's range 3 of the guy you're shouting an insult at.
Yeah, very good point. So, so again, some more of kind of a scenario. I mean, just kind of a support character as opposed to like a fighting character.
Yeah, I think this guy's play pattern is, safe grab round 1, grab an extract, go way back, right? Way into safety, and then just activate last as much as possible, especially on pay to flips, or even with his leadership. Because if you then send Silk and Miles out to give out some slows, he can go at the end of the round and just move up to them, or move in web swing if he has to, and then pay 1 to displace them off a point. So I think that's his job, is just to stay tanky, stay out of danger. And then when he's in the fight, he can use witty banter to keep people alive. So yeah, he's got a very interesting play pattern. Unlike any other, I think, the closest comparison I have to him is Juggernaut, actually, which is kind of like a survivable 5 threat that's very mobile and holds onto an extract, right?
Yeah.
But he I think Juggernaut brings a push and, a good tactics card, whereas Amazing Spider-Man is just like defensively across the board. There's also, it's worth mentioning, running him under Miles Morales, which will unlock skulls for him. So then his Mastered Spider Sense is just another level of good. He's extra tanky. I think most people don't bother attacking this guy because he's just really annoying to take down. Yeah.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I don't bother. It's just not worth it. Controlling him by throwing him away or something like that, yes, good. Putting a slow on him is always nice.
That is very good. He hates slow. Yeah,
yeah. So stuff like that. But yeah, just
hilariously, if he's slowed, I think he'll happily just shake it, move, and web swing.
Yeah, sure.
He can still get anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing about him. Yeah, he's annoying. Don't let him get an extract.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, there's nothing you can do about it. If he's on deployment, he can do it straight away. So yeah, he's an interesting character. He's in a very interesting place right now because I think the Spider-Verse leadership he loves. I think the new models he loves under his leadership. He's great under Miles Morales. Like Amazing Spider-Man. It's his time to shine now, I think. He's a very good model and isn't played enough, in my opinion.
Cool. Let's talk about the cards that he is attached to. We talked about cleanup before in the previous episode about Agent Venom. Basically, if the two of them are on the table, they each spend 1 power each. Agent Venom gains a Spider Sense, which he can reroll 2 of the defense dice or dodge dice from physical energy attacks. Whereas Peter Parker, so in this case, Amazing Spider-Man, gains Symbiotic Instincts, which is where the defender cannot modify their dice.
Yeah. So it makes his attacks push through a bit more damage.
Yeah.
We've talked about how that's not his job. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
If you're playing both of these guys under Daredevil defenders and you do my little, web swing into a group of people, big attack, that could be quite cool. This during an all webbed up turn is quite cool, right? Because if you web swing in, you're now adding 2 dice to your next attack. All webbed up, you're adding 2 dice to your attack. So you're doing a 9 dice builder where they can't modify their defense dice. That's quite cool.
Yeah.
I think you just take this if you love playing Agent Venom and Spider-Man together. If you're that kind of player, take this. You'll probably have fun with it, but it's not like an auto take.
No. Yeah, and I think Agent Venom gets slightly more out of it than Parker.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, Agent Venom benefits more.
Yeah.
And also worth mentioning the other Peter Parkers, like Amazing Spider-Man is the punchiest Peter Parker we currently have. And we've already said he's not that punchy. So he doesn't really benefit from this too much.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. Okay. The second card that we thought of that's attached to him is Go Get 'em, Tiger. When an allied Peter Parker dazes or KOs a non-grunt enemy character, after the effect is resolved, Peter Parker can spend 2 power to play this card. If Peter Parker is holding an objective token, he may remove up to 3 damage and up to 1 special condition. If he's not contesting a secure, he may advance short. This seems great.
Yeah, it's cool, right? This is one of my favorite flavored cards.
Yeah,
in the game, like the artwork as well. So Spider-Man's just knocked someone out, and MJ's like, "Don't worry, I got him. You go fight Goblin over there." I really like it. Yeah, I love this card's theme.
Yeah, well, God, you get so much for it. Is he holding an objective token? Well, that's his job, so chances are he should be. And then he's removing 3 damage and a special condition. That sounds fantastic. And then he can try to move on to a secure with that short move.
Yeah. oh my god, yeah, you get both, don't you? Yeah,
you get
so
both.
if he's holding, you're right. If he's holding extract token, which we've said he should be doing from round 1, right?
Yeah.
You should grab an extract, and then if you're doing what we said of like hold until last, you can jump in, and hit someone who's low at the end of a round, and you're still holding your extract. You hit them, you get 3 healing, and a condition. That's great, and then you get to move short. As if it doesn't matter. He's fast enough already.
Yeah, but he's the point I think I was going to make here is that he does have to daze or KO a character, which we said he's not really great at.
Yes, that is true.
So, maybe he uses both of his actions to try to make that happen and then gets to use that short advance to get onto the secure, So it could come in handy when, normally you'd think he'd so mobile, but in this case, you may have to be using all his actions up.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think this is good if you're taking him in a fighty plan, right? So if you're doing the Daredevil thing, this is quite good for that.
Yeah, I don't think I mentioned it. It's unaffiliated, so he can take it in Defenders if you're playing him there. So
MJ goes with him. It's pretty cool.
The MJ card, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, 2 more. One is called Spider-Men. This is an unaffiliated active card. During Miles Morales or Peter Parker's activation, they may each spend 2 power to play the card. Okay, so they both have to be on the table. The active character chooses another allied Miles or Peter Parker within 3 and places the chosen character within 2 of the active character. Then the chosen character may make an attack with the cost of 0. Okay, so this is like special delivery, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
In a sense.
It can go either way.
Either way. So either you're drawing Peter Parker towards Miles, and then he gets to make an attack, or Peter Parker draws Miles to him, and then Miles does an attack.
Yeah. So the possibilities with this card, I think, actually just peek into too many for us to cover.
Oh, yeah.
Because we now have 2 Miles Morales and 3 Peter Parkers in the game. So, yeah, I think this is just a good card. You play the 2, you definitely, if you're playing Web Warriors, you're playing these 2 characters together, right? Some variation of them, right? You're always playing a 1 Miles and 1 Peter because they're the best characters in the affiliation. So it's you're always going to have an opportunity to play it. Moving people around, is great. Ultimate Miles attack has a push towards and maybe a slow. So that's a big deal. There's some synergy there because you can kind of, get him to make this attack on Peter's activation. Yeah, it's really complicated to talk about all the possibilities. I just think if you're going to play these 2 characters together, try it out, see what you think.
Yeah, I agree.
It's definitely good, right?
With the new characters out there that we're talking about and the new affiliation on top of it, all the movement shenanigans are going to go through the roof. It's unreal.
Yeah, Lewis got me good with this because he used Amazing Spider-Man used this card for Ultimate Spider-Man to come in, hit me. He got a wild, so he pushed me towards him, which triggered Silk's Tricks and Traps effect. And she then moved short over there. And then I was like, oh, that was annoying. I punched Amazing Spider-Man. He sacrificed it onto Ultimate Spider-Man, who hit me back. I was like, oh my God, I can't keep up with what's happening. So yeah, this card's great. We can't talk about it because there's too much it can do. Just play it. You'll have fun.
Yeah, agreed. All right, the last card is the Cat and the Spider. Well, we talked about that already.
Yes. I think this is less applicable, right? Because he is
to ASM. Yeah, I think it's a spectacular Spider-Man type of card because of the investment of points more than anything else, right?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you really need this with Amazing Spider-Man. I think part of the reason you're taking him is because he's safe grabbing himself.
Exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't need Black Cat's help. So yeah, don't worry about it.
Still a great card though for other reasons.
Oh, amazing card. Just not for this character. For the other Peter Parkers, it's great.
All right, that brings us to the end of what we think is going to be in that box. I think the value was through the roof, as we stated before. Between this Web Warrior box, the earlier Web Warrior box, and now the 2 boxes of just brand new characters for Web Warriors, it's a golden time to be a Web Warrior affiliation.
100%. Yeah. It is now, the age of the Spider-Verse. And we're all just living in it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them out there, people, so get ready.
Yeah, bring your mystic attacks. Bring your terrain throws.
Yes, good points.
Yeah.
Cool. If you want to start playing these games live with other like-minded cool dudes and ladies, definitely check out our calendar that we have going on of all the big 2-day or longer events happening in Europe. You can find that calendar at tinyurl.com/MCP Events Europe. If you don't see your event there, just message us and we will add it straight away.
There you go. Cool. And if you want to support the podcast, then you can become a patron. That's pretty cool. Remember, we're doing that giveaway. we're giving away more Web Warriors for everyone. Silk, Spider-Ham, Spider-Noir. We're giving away that box.
We're contributing to the degeneracy of the next wave of
I'm joining
MCP.
it. I'm becoming a Web Warriors player soon. Now's the time. I'm going to try it out. I'm nearly done with all of my 50 games on Mutants badge. I want an episode about that, Norbert. It was my New Year's resolution, and
badge
it's currently October, and I'm still doing it. I'm quite proud of myself.
Yeah, how many left?
I have 10 games of Weapon X left, and then I need to do 50 games of Apocalypse.
Ooh.
And then I'm on to Web Warriors after that.
Oh dear. 50 games of APOC. APOC's fun, but still, that's a lot of games.
Yeah, a lot of thinking. Anyway, so I am going to go to our Patreon. I'm going to listen to Pat Dunford explain how to play Apocalypse for that, because he does a really good episode on there. You can also, hear our How to Beat episodes and all that stuff. And yeah, like we said, we're giving away a box. The Silk, Spider-Ham, and Spider-Man Noir box is going to go away to one of our patrons around a week after this episode goes live. So become a patron, and you have a decent chance of winning because we don't have many patrons.
Yep, absolutely right. Okay, everyone, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, cheers and happy gaming.